Hey, and welcome to I Guess, a show where I hate everything until someone convinces me otherwise. I'm Lex Basile Price, and ducks are aggressive, but not as aggressive as clashing patterns. With me today is the beautiful and hilarious Frank Paiva. Hello.
Hello.
How are you wrong today?
I'm wrong about Bath and Body Works.
Talk about
Talk about,
a
yeah,
scent overload.
yes. It's only a scent overload if you're doing it incorrectly.
Okay, fascinating. So
Yeah.
you're going to tell me the correct way to experience a B and B W, B and BW, not a B and B Beyond.
Well, it's confusing, right? Because there's bed and breakfast. There's
Yes,
Bed Bath and Beyonds.
and
It's
then
like a crowded category.
you think we get a little more creative with our acronyms?
Well, do you know this about Bath and Body Works? Do you know what happened when they first started?
No, please tell me. I didn't realize it
Okay.
was such a storied history, other than a place to just wash your hands in the late '90s.
Girl, you know I used to be a tour guide, so you know I have the beginning of Bath and Body Works ready and prepared for you today. Bath and Body Works was originally sold at Express.
Yeah, this is clicking. I think I remember because I was a big Express girly. So
Yeah, it was their like lifestyle brand, which now
Mm.
seems like a bit strange, right? I don't necessarily think of the two as
No, I wouldn't connect them other than they're both in the mall and maybe they're nearby. But
yeah,
like it was that weird time where everything kind of wanted to be a department store, but small. Like Urban Outfitters does that too, right? Where they have like
yes.
home and houseware section and it's like you sell t-shirts and jewelry with a lot of dangles on them.
I went into the Urban Outfitters in Burbank recently for the first time in like a long time. And the housewares were right in the front.
Hmm.
And I looked around and I said, oh, I'm way too old to be here now.
Oh yeah. I worked there at 19 and I was the only gay person that worked there. Suspicious. Yes. And they put me in women's accessories, which it was basically the register, but you had to be assigned to a department. And so women's accessories was register, bras, and jewelry. And a lot of my job consisted of standing at the register, untangling wads of jewelry while I waited to ring people up. The plus side was I didn't really ever have to work in the changing rooms nor at the front greeting people. The downside was I asked for quite a bit of money as my hourly wage, and to counteract that, they made my first day Black Friday. And they gave me the register that the scanner didn't work, so I had to input every SKU by hand.
Why not? Happy Black Friday.
Yeah,
But wait, when Bath and Body Works started though, they
yes.
were an Express and their logo was white and green. So as you might imagine, the body shop who already
Oh,
existed, the
yeah.
body shop already existed. Their logo is white and green
Uh-huh.
and the word body is in the title. They were not pleased and they actually sued Bath and Body Works.
Express or Bath and Body Works?
That's an excellent question to which I do not know the
Pro-
answer.
Both. They're the same company. Capitalism.
You know. So what they did is they had to change the aesthetic, and that is where the red and white sort of gingham, it looks like a
Yeah.
country home aesthetic
Hmm.
comes from when we think of Bath and Body Works.
They love a barn sink, arm kitchen sink.
What they do, well, you know about Kate, right?
Oh.
Okay. I'm so happy to be here today. Um,
educating the masses, meaning me.
so much like Betty Crocker is not a real person,
Oh, uh-huh.
Kate is the owner of Bath and Body Works, and I'm using those air quotes very
Mm-hmm.
heavily around the word owner because Kate does not exist.
Kate doesn't even have a last name. They didn't even invest in a last name. She's just
Her name is
Kate
her
from the
name is
farm.
Kate Bath. Kate Body Works.
Oh, she's the wife of Bath. Oh, we're
Yeah,
bringing culture.
from the famous Baths. You
Yeah.
know, no, she doesn't. But the idea was that she was from. I I don't know if they. I want to say it's just the Midwest.
Mm,
Kate is from the Midwest and grew up on a farm, so you're right there.
okay.
But then she went to college for biology and she learned the science behind using her farm made items to create home remedies of lotions and candles.
This is some pre-lush bullshit. How does this relate to Express? Express is like very like not urban, but like city. It is like not at all the mid. It was like, hey, you're from the Midwest, but you want to look like you grew up in like the big city. Go to Express.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing is the idea was when they did those like classic 90s Bath and Body Works stores,
Yeah.
the idea was that every single location was Kate's house and that you
Oh,
were visiting Kate's house.
it's very Disneyland-esque.
Well, Disneyland-esque is a high compliment in my book, but perhaps not for some others of us.
Perhaps others of us who had to grow up surrounded by it. Hmm.
Yes, and the trauma related to the nightly fireworks. And when did you see Goofy at the gas station? When was that?
I can't I can't say. I only know friends of Goofy and friends of characters. I don't know the characters.
Has that been explained on the pod yet?
The friends of characters? No, I don't think so. So if you're not from Southern California or you're not a Disney adult, people that work at Disneyland in face characters usually, but also in like head characters, the ones that have to wear the stifling, terrible outfits, they can never refer to themselves as playing those parts because those parts are real. They're Goofy. That's Mickey. That's the Mad Hatter. So if you ever post things on social media, your friends come to the park because you sign them in for free because no one in the theater industry or entertainment industry in Orange County paid to go to Disneyland because you just got a friend to sign you in. I don't know if they still do that, but they did while I was growing up. Anyways, you had to always refer to yourself as I'm a friend of blank, which then just made it so much gayer. And everyone that worked there is so gay already. It didn't help, especially the little twinks that had to play Peter Pan. There, which lore drop, when I was growing up, there were triplets that played Peter Pan. One was straight, one was bi, and one was gay.
Taste the
So,
rainbow.
Anyways, sorry.
No, well, and the other crazy thing is their signatures are consistent. So if
Yes.
you look at
Yeah.
like the signatures from when we were growing up and you got one today, they would be exactly the same.
And it also fascinating is all those face characters. They don't even necessarily look like the characters anymore. It's this weird. They have to look like the other people playing the part, so they would match you to the people already hired at the park.
Well, you haven't really experienced this because you don't live in LA anymore. I do. And they have this area now that is Marvel Avengers themed.
Oh, right.
And so, like, you think about, like, Chris Hemsworth looks very particular. Like, Scarlett Johansson looks very
Yeah.
particular. They have these Shang-Chis that look nothing like Simu Liu. Like, just nothing. And, now they have Luke Skywalker there. It just debuted.
Yeah.
Girl, have you seen the wig for Luke Skywalker?
No, I need to see the wig though for Luke Skywalker.
I mean, they were like, Party City, it would be too expensive. We need to go.
Is it like my favorite old website, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Bad Wigs?
Is this like the Courtney Take Your Break at its time?
Kind of. You would go and there was just like, it was like a Tumblr-esque website of just all the bad wigs of Joseph's. And like as a subsection of that, there was the terrifying Milky Whites of Into the Woods.
Yeah.
So Kate's farmhouse.
Yes, I'm sorry. Bath and Body Works. It's what I like about it. What I like about Bath and Body Works in general is like it's something that's just for you. Like I feel like if you're buying like a perfume or a cologne, like it's to go out or it's to, impress your date or it's to, make people believe I just got off of a private plane. You can tell I don't wear a lot of fancy cologne.
Yes, the three instances when you would wear a fragrance.
I like that it's just for you because like really the body mist doesn't last too long.
No.
The moisturization is for your own skin. The candle is for your home. So like It's just for you.
Did you didn't grow up with sisters, right?
No, I'm an only child.
Okay, that's what I thought. So then
Yeah.
you were not subjected to the cucumber body mist.
If you want to get technical, it's cucumber melon.
Sorry, I knew there was another flavor, scent profile. It
You're looking for the word scent note.
Oh, well, of course I was. Yeah, I that and the vanilla, coconut vanilla, definitely vanilla. Something.
Vanilla is like their number one. Vanilla is in 51% at least.
Yeah, that was the Axe body spray of elementary school. Was that cucumber melon body mist?
But you smell like a farmer stand. Isn't that what you want?
Oh yeah, that's what I want. Because I wasn't already getting bullied every day anyways, and I had to go to school from my shared room with my sisters, spraying cucumber melon body mist everywhere.
But this is the thing. This is the thing. This is my theory about Bath and Body
Okay.
Works. Okay. So like when you go into Bath and Body Works, sometimes you will see queer shoppers,
Right.
especially where I live in Hollywood. But I really think like it's like gay smells for straight people.
Okay. I can
Like,
see that, I guess.
well, like you think about how many scents they have that like aren't real things. Even cucumber melon is like a Angelo of a scent, right?
Right. Yeah, it's very like that's kind of water.
But they have all of these like classic scents that are just concepts. So like one of my favorites that comes out every year is called Magic in the Air. They have
Is that like a wintry scent?
I can tell you because it's right here.
Of course.
Girl, I came prepared with products.
Good. I that's why I asked you.
The fragrance notes are almond flower, sparkling persimmon, white iris, whipped vanilla bourbon, and fluffy sandalwood.
That's the ingredient list, or that's just they say the scent profile.
That's the scent profile. The ingredient list is down here,
okay.
and it begins with alcohol because this is a fragrance mist.
Great. I just wanted to make sure that sparkling persimmon and fluffy sandalwood weren't how they were like marketing the ingredients, and rather the like, here's our whimsical word.
Oh no, there's definitely an adverb and adjective like roulette wheel that's going on.
Because almond flour is very specific.
Yes.
Why the almond flour? Oh, are you talking about the flour of the almond tree or the milled almonds that you would bake with?
I'm consulting the back of the bottle, and it is flour, Flower.
Okay, that makes more sense. I was very like, what do you mean almond flour? I feel like also they sometimes had to get away with, and I don't know if this happened or it just felt like it did, where it's like we need to move away from edible words in our products, like then which reached its peak with the if you remember the Jessica Simpson body whip thing,
vaguely,
where things can't be flavored because they aren't to be
oh
eaten.
yeah, because she had that line of like
edible,
is it a
lotion,
lube? Is it a what was it?
I think it was like body lotion, kind of, but it was meant in a sexy way.
Wait, I have to tell you a story. So, you know how those radio stations would have those concerts where like a dozen different people play?
Yeah.
So when I was growing up, we won tickets to one that was Jessica Simpson, Ashley Simpson, and Ryan Cabrera.
Okay.
And it was at this place called the White River Amphitheater, which is just south of Seattle, outdoor space. It was during the summer. And Jessica Simpson is singing, and she stops mid-song. She goes, y'all, I smell barbecue. Where's the barbecue?
That poor woman was so hungry all the time. They starved her.
Well, she was eating her own body lotion, apparently.
0-calorie body lotion.
But she would not continue.
Until someone... Did they have to bring her a rib?
The source of the barbecue.
Oh, okay. The source was found.
It was like a food truck, because it was an outdoor venue and,
She was so distracted.
She was so distracted. And just, you're working hard. It's probably a long day, one of those radio concerts. I believe she was the headliner, if I recall.
Well, between the three, I should hope so. You don't mean her little sister and her boyfriend or whatever? Because I think they were dating at the time.
They were. But I remember that I've been to two of those concerts, and the other one we went to, I remember Diddy was the headliner over Avril Lavigne.
Not today.
Just re- Not today, not ever, not ever.
Hey, she's still making good music, so.
She is.
So is that your favorite scent, would you say? The Magic of the Night?
Well, magic in the air, magic of the
Sorry.
night is too hookerish. We can't have any hookerish
Okay.
language.
Right. This is farm. Midwest farm.
Midwest farm. Well, what's beautiful, right, is that there are seasons at Bath and Body Works, right?
Right.
So they have like a tropical season. They have a summer season. They have Halloween. They have Christmas. They have, lately in the past year, they've done Netflix collaborations. So they did, Stranger Things, Bridgerton, and Emily in Paris.
Oh, not that one.
No,
Smells
it
like a
wasn't.
baguette and a beret that's been sweated in. Now, is this like a smell-o-vision type, or this is just sense inspired by the show? Because I would love like a spray now.
I would too.
This is what the upside down smells like.
That there was a candle called the Upside Down.
Did it smell like rotting meat?
It did. Well, here's the crazy thing. One of the best candles I've ever bought from Bath and Body Works was the candle that was supposed to smell like the Demogorgon from Stranger Things.
Huh?
And it was like that, kind of dark maroon color. And it sort of smelled like if Christmas had a sexy secret.
Sexy gingerbread. Sultry cinnamon.
Yeah. They had one called Eddie's Leather Jackets. It was a full experience.
That's just a fetish candle.
The Bath and Body Works customer needs an entryway into fetish.
Sure.
And Eddie's Leather Jacket, why not?
Yeah, they can transfer their OCD of hand washing to fetishizing leather.
No, it's, I don't like the hand washer thing though in there.
I don't know why you need to test it, the soap.
I will say there are certain scents that are only in the soap.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and I feel like a crazy person like unscrewing the top of the soap and like sticking my nose into it.
I guess, but then couldn't they just like have a tester that's like, but I guess this isn't farm. This is too like Clinique, I guess, to have like a clear jar where you can like lift a lid and waft.
You want someone in a lab coat to just like give you a
Yeah.
essential oil.
Yeah, and then I get a free gift with purchase.
I was at Ulta recently and I bought this cleanser I like, and the girl behind the counter said, "I've never seen anyone buy this brand. We have all these face masks for people who are buying this brand. Do you want 10 of them?" I said, "Yes, I would."
Yeah. Of course. Was it good, or was there a reason no one was buying?
It was great. I love this. It's like this Korean, it's called Deer Cloud, and they have this really great face cleanser. It's, like in a weird corner of Ulta. So.
Sure. So why Bath and Body Works, I would have to say. Because, like, for me, it's because it's so of a time, right? It feels very that, like, elementary, middle school, we're just starting to get into cleaning ourselves and we want to smell good, as opposed to, not, and, like, not wanting to take a bath or whatever. But it's survived, obviously, and, like, adults must shop there.
They do. There's definitely that part of the market. Like, if you go to one, but at least the ones that I see here in Southern California, like, it's mostly like mom and grandma that are there.
Okay.
I think, and maybe that's because they shopped there in the 90s and they have like a brand loyalty to
Right.
it. But what I think is nice about it is it's like, I personally, even though they have a lot of similar things, feel a little odd going into the Victoria's Secrets and looking all at their mists and lotions and things. And I don't feel that way at Bath and Body Works because there's just a wider variety of what's available.
Because Kate's home is so welcoming, yeah.
Kate's home is so welcoming. She does have a men's line. They all smell the same.
Are they in black containers?
They are, yeah. and they aren't called fragrance mists. They're called, what are they called? They're, cause fragrance mist sounds
too feminine.
Too potentially homosexual.
Oh yeah, mist? Fellas, is it gay to go through a mist?
It
sounds too close to miss.
Yes, it does. It's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope.
Is it what? It's like smell clouds or something?
It's, well, I think it's a 3. I have to look it up.
I would, but my phone is my camera.
Men's Mist.
Ooh, I don't know if I want to be putting that in a search engine.
That's, oh no, we're calling them body sprays and cologne mists now because they just started doing cologne mists. I am incorrect. Strike it for the record.
Oh, the expert is wrong. Okay, so what makes then, like, for someone that has been away from the brand or has been
Yes.
burned from the brand, why go back?
I mean, I feel this might be wrong to say on a podcast. I tried Scentbird. It wasn't for me.
Okay.
I didn't need a tiny vial of like a new $20 cologne sent to my house every month.
Wasn't the point of, because I haven't used it. For some reason I'm always gifted colognes by my
Yeah.
family. I don't know if I should take offense to that or not. It's usually they work in it, but wasn't the point of Scentbird like you get a sample and then you would buy a bigger one when you found one you liked? Or was it like a bespoke thing where it's like, oh, you can try a new fragrance every month?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah. But for me, what I like about it is you have to go there and sort of see what you like. And what they have now that I like a lot is this thing that's called Everyday Luxuries, which is this like 24 and counting collection that are supposed to be like high-end perfumes.
Okay.
So they're all dupes of things that cost like $200, $300, $400.
Oh. They're trying
Which
to
is
get
sort of
sued again. Got it.
and they all have very euphemistic names to like what they're supposed to be. You know, Sauvage.
Yeah.
Yes, the scent that for some reason Johnny Depp is still the face of.
Why do we see that man on posters still?
I think the knockoff of it is called Feeling Savvy.
That's barely how that translates. Why is it called like feral?
I'm sorry. It's Beyond Savvy. It's Beyond Savvy.
Beyond Savvy sounds like an old lady brand, like Fashion Bug for a woman of a certain age who's looking to hit the town again.
But the Beyond Savvy catalog just came in the mail. And so I have to get myself a new outfit for Easter. The girls at the club,
they love it. A sequin.
It does sound like a brand that would be on QVC.
Yes. Yeah, I could definitely see Liza Minnelli hawking Beyond Savvy. Not knowing what's going on, but
with a lot of sequins that's like impossible to clean.
Oh, no. It's sprayed with vodka only. Not even dry clean. You just have to like not really wear it. Or it's like so loose off the body it barely gets anything because it's like not touching surfaces.
Oh my goodness.
Your shoulders don't get smelly.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
No, but I think, especially for me, like I am a writer and I am not one of those people who like can write in a coffee shop. I am very much like a home in my own space, and even like a lo-fi beats situation I find a little bit annoying.
Okay.
If I'm trying to really work on something. But having something that you can smell while you're doing other things is just a different part of at least my head and my body, that it can really put you in a place in a way for me that music, for example, can't. Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder if, well, some people only go to those coffee shops to write to look busy.
Girl, I live in Los Angeles. You don't got to tell me.
Yeah. But yeah, that's really interesting to use a scent as part of your process. I feel like more people might use that than they, or like could use that more than they realize. Because I agree, like I usually like a music in the background just because I have that, ADHD brain that wants to keep working and then doesn't want to focus on one thing. So it needs that. But like I definitely know people, and now you, that like can't use that as their almost like mask of like to direction you over.
Yeah, it's a thing of like it's creating a different space without having to do anything else.
Right.
Which I like. Like I used to be back in the day, before it got to be too much, I was very insistent on doing like the writing I was doing for money on my computer and then doing the writing I was doing for me, like in a comp book
Mm-hmm.
And then I just got tired of like taking the comp book, trying to figure out what I had written down and typing it into the computer.
Scan it. Take a picture and scan it. There are apps
Yeah,
for that. I know you're an old biddy that like doesn't like technology, but I'm the only person in LA without a microphone. How? How did you get away with this for 5 years?
5 years of, it's just a slippery slope, you
Sure.
know? Well, here's the problem. If I owned a microphone, I, I would love to start doing ASMR, and the world doesn't need that.
Bath and Body Works and ASMR. I think
You,
I'm giving you a new monetary opportunity.
well, can I say this? Because I don't know how much of the, male presenting ASMR world you've delved into,
Not much.
but the level of creativity is just low.
Mm.
But also, like, to me, like, if we're going to do a role play where I'm a doctor examining you, then maybe a beat sheet of 7 or 8 things that could happen over the course of the ASMR session.
Frank, they don't have medical insurance. They are male presenting ASMR people. They aren't making buku dollars. They can't afford. They're 28. They got kicked off of their parents' insurance plan. You expect them to know how a doctor's appointment goes?
I would love,
Privilege.
I would love if, you know, when you're 18 and that like card for the draft comes in the
Yeah.
mail.
Yes.
If you're like, what is it, 27 when you lose your
27.
parents' insurance? 27, just a podcast microphone arrives. They're like, do with this what you will.
That'll solve the male loneliness epidemic. I say as a cisgendered white presenting person, male with a microphone and 2 podcasts.
Why not 3?
Why not 3? Frank, this has been quite the winding road of taking me back to a childhood place I never thought I would visit again. I like the idea of the using scent as a space refresh, especially because it's a lower price point. Yes? It's like not Lush.
No, Lush is crazy and nothing is ever on sale.
No.
If you watch Bath and Body Works, every weekend something is on sale for $6, $7 if it's not a candle, or 10 to 15 if it is.
Right.
So,
So it's an economical way to send you to the tropics on vacation. You can put some
yeah,
White Lotus on mute, spray your mango papaya body mist into the
yes,
air, light your coconut Tahitian vanilla candle.
yes.
You know, you're using your friend's login information. It's a sale. It's under $30. You're in Bali.
You're in Bali, you're looking straight into the Demogorgon, you're really doing
And there's magic in the air.
exactly.
Frank, where can our listeners find more about you? Or what are you working on that you're really excited about? Anything you want.
I was a writer on a TV show coming out this summer on Nickelodeon. It's called Wild Pack. Really excited about it. It's classic old school 2D animation. We got to keep it alive. But I'm on Instagram, Frank Paiva, Paiva 206. If you like photos of strange seasonal products at Target, then my Instagram's the place to be.
Oh, it sure is. I give Frank plenty of shit on the products that they encounter, and probably I assume buy most of the time. They're usually at like a pick and save, a Dollar General or whatever, so it's not like you're breaking the bank.
Yeah, it's just Walmart has so many food items that aren't sold anywhere else. And that could be its own episode.
Well, maybe they shouldn't be. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast. It truly does help. If you are loving this, you are a Bath and Body Works stan, or disagree, you're going to come for Frank, and you want to say, Lush is it. Body shop supremacy. You can leave that in a review. Give us 5 stars on Spotify. However you listen, we encourage. So join us next time as we once again prove that my opinion is always correct about everything all of the time.